The mansion that couldn't sleep. Aaron had everything a man could want. A mansion in a big city that sparkled like a monument. A garage lined with European cars. A wife who smiled at cameras and sons in schools abroad. Business awards, global partners, private jets, social media followers, staff who bowed when he entered. But Aaron hadn't slept through the night in over 4 years. Every evening, he tossed and turned in his king-sized bed, buried in Egyptian cotton sheets. But the silence in his house was loud. The air conditioner hummed. The clock ticked. His heart raced. At 3 a.m., without fail, he'd end up in the hallway, staring out the floor-to-ceiling windows, haunted by nothing and everything. His doctors called it anxiety. His pastor said maybe he needed to slow down. His assistant booked therapy. Still, the insomnia grew like a virus. His money multiplied, but peace stayed poor. One day, he left the mansion. No entourage, no announcement. Just drove until the skyscrapers gave way to old roads and quiet streets. He parked near a shallow riverbank on the outskirts, not even sure why. Maybe to breathe. There, under a mango tree, he saw an older man sitting cross-legged, sipping water from a plastic cup. His clothes were dusty, his beard white, but his eyes clear, sharp, alive. Aaron watched him for a while. Finally, he spoke. "You live around here?" The man nodded, smiling. "Just down that way. Why are you here?" "I couldn't sleep," Aaron confessed. "Too much noise?" Aaron chuckled dryly. "Too much silence, actually. My house is big. Too big. Feels like it echoes back all the things I've ignored." The man sipped again. "Ah, success without rest?" Aaron sat beside him on the grass. He looked at the man's tattered sandals, then down at his own designer loafers. "Don't you want more?" he asked. "A better place to live, nice things?" The old man looked at the sky and breathed deep. "I wake up when the birds sing, eat what I grow. I walk to this river every day, drink my fill, and talk to God. I don't think I need more." That hit like a slap to the chest. Aaron was quiet for a long time. His mind flashed back to all his meetings, the fake smiles, the contracts signed just to prove something, the house with 20 rooms and no laughter, the wife who cried when he worked through her birthday, the son who no longer called. Right there on that dusty riverbank, in the presence of a man with nothing, Aaron finally understood how poor he had become. And for the first time in years, he wept. The man didn't say much after that. He just sat, letting the breeze do the talking. When Aaron finally stood to leave, the old man said, "Chasing gold without God will fill your hands but starve your soul. Careful what cup you're drinking from. Some cups shine but hold only bitterness." Aaron nodded. That night, back in his mansion, the silence didn't scare him. It didn't feel empty anymore. It felt honest. He began to pray again, started calling people not to talk business but to apologize. He moved into the guest room, donated half his wardrobe, visited his father's grave. He opened his home to family again. He didn't sell everything, he didn't become poor, but he became rich in a different way. Slowly, sleep returned. Peace doesn't need a mansion, it needs a surrendered heart. Moral: you can build an empire so tall that you can't hear the voice of God anymore. But real wealth, the kind that gives you sleep, joy, purpose, can't be found in a bank account. It lives by quiet rivers, in still moments, and in the hands of those who know when to stop chasing and start listening. Even in a world that worships gold, peace still belongs to the ones who walk with God. Proverbs 15:16. Better a little with the fear of the Lord than great wealth with turmoil.